Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Luffy. He's the mono black leader from OP17. If you don't know what he does, all characters with a cost of 12 or more gain blocker. Now it doesn't sound too crazy off the bat, but let's go through the package and I'll explain why he is one of my favorite leaders of this set. And I don't normally play black, mind you. So here's quite a few 2Ks. We're going to start off and make our way through. Chopper, on play, if there is a character with 12 or more, up to one of your opponent's characters gains unblockable. Now this is a crucial card we're running for, helps close games, also surprises your opponent if they're not aware of the cards in this deck. This definitely gives you an upper hand. We then have Nami, which is trash one Elbath card from your hand, draw two. Most of this package is Elbath. This just helps us maintain some hand size while establishing some board earlier on, only running two of these. I think that these are going to be pretty staple. I'll go through some cards that I don't think are going to be staple and which are going to be staple. Next, we've got Roto 2K counter. Honestly, if you don't see a couple of your cards, specifically this guy, Saul, if you don't see him earlier on in your first hand, I highly recommend playing him because your leader does need a 12 cost or more to take effect. There are also a handful of other cards that need a 12 cost or more to take effect. So most of the time, use it a 12 counter, but in desperate need, you can play him onto the field instead. Then we've got Usopp. He's a 2-2, but he turns into a 2-5 if you have a 12 or more on the field. And this is what I was talking about before. It is important to ensure that you do have cards like Roto, cards like Saul on the field early, or in your starting hand, mind you. Additionally, he is a searcher. We'll look at top three cards of your deck, reveal one Elbath, and then you trash the rest. It's really important. You're going to end up trashing whatever you do not draw, so keep that in mind. You do have the ability to get cards back from your trash, but that's only via Gerd, and we'll touch on her shortly. Which by shortly now. So Gerd, again, another 2-cost 2K counter with 3000 power. If your leader is Elbath, which we are, this character gains a plus 12. So again, one of those cards that are quite useful in your starting hand. If you need it, you don't really want to be playing it right off the start. You want to save it for later on. But worst case scenario, if you have to, at least you've got the chance to proc your leader effect and then also proc some other character effects later on by playing this card. But that's a really worst case scenario. Most of the time you want to keep it for its on-play effect, which is trash one card from your hand, add one character with a cost of 8 or less, your trash other than Gerd. So you can recycle some of your Lokis, your Luffys, pretty much everything in your deck you can recycle, except for these two weird cards which I've added in. They're just like my tech. I'll go through them later. I don't think that you're going to see them, but this is just an early impression. It's not a competitive deck. It's just a fun deck, and this is what I'm having some success with. Next, we're going to move on to Nico Robin. This character is a 2-2 with a 1k counter. If your characters have 12 or more, which, like I said, most of the time you will, if you're playing this deck correctly, she turns into a 2-5. So now you've got Usopp and Nico who can turn into a 2-5. Usopp with the search, Nico with if there is a character with 12 or more, which again, most of the time you will have a 12 or more when you're playing Nico down. You get to give minus 3000 into your opponent's characters, essentially lowering their power and giving you the ability to get some board control back by attacking into their character if you so choose. Entirely up to you, the flexibility is there. Honestly, most of the time I'm using this as a 1k counter, but on the off chances you do need to use an on-play effect, at least it's there. Next, we've got Zoro. So Zoro is quite useful. Once again, he turns into a 2-5 if you have a 12 or more. He also has the ability, if one of your characters is removed from the field due to your opponent's effects, place 3 cards from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order. This doesn't say once per turn, so you can use this multiple times. He's also a 2k counter. This makes your cards extremely sticky. I highly recommend it. It is an excellent card, especially in the mirror matchup. You want to be seeing this shit in the mirror matchup. Otherwise, it's kind of nasty. You'll get rolled pretty quickly. And then any deck that's running Grab Blade, also really useful. Generic KOs. This card is key. If you come across a deck like Ace, for instance, where they don't have much destruction, you can use it as a 2k counter instead. So it's quite flexible in that regard. Next, we've got Saul. So Saul is a 4-6, but most importantly, he's a blocker, pseudo blocker due to your leader. So when you play him, he gets plus 12, and then essentially allowing you to proc any of these smaller cards. And then also he's a searcher, so you look at top 3, and then again trash the rest. This is key. You want to see this in your starting hand most of the time, if not all the time. And you also want to see Sanji. I'm finding a lot of success with Sanji. A lot of your opponent's cards in 17 are 5 costs. 5 is a really good number to get rid of. And so if you have a 6 or greater character in play, which with this deck most of the time you do, if not always, KO one of your opponent's characters with 5 or lower. So not only do you get to establish your board, but you get to take out one of your opponent's characters. Love this card. Great tech so far. Next, we've got Frankie. We only got 2 of these. Honestly, I haven't found much value in playing him just yet, but it doesn't mean I want to get rid of him just yet. Still playtesting. This is a very early look at this deck. That's the whole point of these videos, once again. So he is a 5/6 with a 1k counter, +1 Don on your opponent's turn if you have a character with 6 or more, which, again, you will. This character cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. So boom, that's extra support right there. You don't need to worry about KOs if you can't get Zoro on the board. And not only that, he also becomes a 5/8 on your opponent's turn. Just a pesky card to get rid of. So far, if I see Sanji in my hand, I'm playing him. If not, then I'll most likely be playing Frankie. But again, I haven't found many circumstances that he is quite useful. I may cut him in the future. But for now, we're chilling. Next, we got Loki. This is key. He's 6/8. You want to play him always on your 6th turn. If you can, your character gets +12 and then 3,000 power on your opponent's turn. Do keep in mind that this allows your aces and your Newgates to proc their Whitebeard, 10 cost Whitebeard early, which is a real pain in the ass. So if you're not ready for that, just keep that in mind. Be very cautious when you're playing against red in OP17 because they can really screw you shit up with that Whitebeard. And then anyway, his on play is KO any number of your opponent's characters with 4 or less. So in a mirror matchup, this is key. Also against green red Luffy's, you can use it against Mihawks. Mihawk is excellent. There's some really good value out of this Loki. And the best part is that you can pull it back with Gerd if you so choose. Next up is the Luffy. Now, Luffy and Loki, realistically, are really key in the Whitebeard and the matchup. You do need to see these cards. Specifically, the Luffy, because this character gains rush. So you're an 8/8 rush, which is really nice, into their leader, who's innately 8 due to their support cards. And then also on play, draw 1 card. Place 1 character card with a 2 or less from your trash onto the field. So essentially, you can give yourself Tony Chopper, turn you into an unblockable. Your opponents may not expect that. And then you've also got 2 Don to play with. So you could be an 8/10 unblockable if you so choose. This is a great card and highly recommend it. Especially, I'm at 3 currently. Honestly, I may go to 4, but we'll see. Then we got the Stussies for the big bodies. When you're going up against Shanks, you're going up against that 10 cost Newgate. Quite sticky. Any of the big bodies, the Kaidos, anything realistically that is just a 10/12, this deck struggles with. So that's why I've got Stussy in here. You trash 1 card and you KO one of your opponent's characters. It doesn't have to be rested. It can be whatever. This card is great. I don't see myself getting rid of it just yet. The only issue is that you can't search for it, unfortunately. So I may get rid of Kaido and just up it to 4. But right now I'm playtesting Kaido. Discard 1 card from your hand. Character was played this turn. You get to choose one of your opponent's costs with a 7 or lower and trash it. This is really, I've got it in here specifically for Rocks, just to help with his package. This is a good card. I found some success, still not sure whether I'm going to keep it or not, and just switch over to the Stussy, but I do like it. And then last but not least, we got 1000 Sunny. So this is an excellent card. Not only do you get to play it for 1 cost and it buffs all your characters, all your Straw Hat characters by 1, but it also allows you to draw 1 card, essentially just recycling its value, which is excellent. But anyway, that's enough yammering for me. What we're going to do is jump into the game and showcase this and give you a good idea of how this deck plays. Alright, first match, we're going to be up against Pudding. This is a pretty ass hand, so we're going to mulligan and see what we can get. That is way better. That made me quite nervous, to be honest. So let's see. We've drawn 2 of those, which isn't too great. We need to establish a 12 off the bat, which we don't have, unfortunately. So we'll just play out Usopp for now. We'll draw the Nami just for some further draw power next turn. This isn't a great starting hand, but that's the way this game works. Sometimes you're going to find yourself in pretty shitty situations. We really need Saul. He trashed our card. That's also frustrating. So, still not a great position. We're going to trash the Nami in hopes. No, but we did get Gerd, so we do need to place Gerd. Hopefully, if your opponent has a face-up like one of your opponent's characters cost 2 or less, then internally. We will trash Sanji. And then we're going to bring back the next time we're at 6. We've already got one. I think we'll bring back Yasop for a further search. And then go 6 into lead. I'm really enjoying this deck so far. I'm loving that Black is leaning heavily into trash manipulation. We're going to block. I'm really hoping they don't fuck with Gerd, but we'll block. Oh no, that was so silly. I didn't mean to do that, actually. So, damn. Get rid of Frankie. That was silly as. Because he would just go 3. Let's see what they're going to do. Such a stupid play. I don't know what it is, but when I'm recording, my brain goes out the window. I think this... I was going to play Shanks, but I feel like I'm in a position now where Shanks just isn't that good. Mihawk is better. So I'm just going to stay with probably Luffy. Luffy's a lot of fun currently, but we'll see. Subject to change. There's no point in playing... What's he on play? Flip card, face down, add 1 card. That's fine. No point in playing that just yet. We'll get out the Loki and KO, which puts us in a great position. And then again, 5 in the lead. Next turn they're at 10. So they've ramped. They've got where they need to go. Next turn's going to be a pretty scary turn. We'll see what they've got in store for us. I think I'm anticipating that Luffy's going to be top 3, but subject to see. I think sneakily enough we're going to have Big Mom, probably Mihawk, and then maybe everyone's saying Rox, and I think Rox is going to be great. Don't get me wrong, Rox is going to be good, but I also think that as the meta solidifies, Rox will become one of those decks that if you know how to play against it in and out, then you'll be able to just dominate most of the time. We will go to... There's that category, and this is where our blocker, our unblockable really comes into play. It's a crucial card. Main. Honestly, we don't have too much. I want the search. We'll play the search. There we go. Can't get the Stussy, which is unfortunate, and that gets trashed. We've got 2 Stussies. We got both our Stussies in the bin, which is annoying, but it is what it is. And we will play Sanji to get rid of this pudding, and then go 6. Beautiful, and then 8. Now next turn we'll be able to get the unblockable from our trash if we want, but we probably won't do that until he's on no life, just to scare him. So we'll end turn here and see what they've got in store for us. Probably that 10 cost Big Mom. Yep, there we go. And they chose to gain a life instead of taking one of ours. I think we will. Perfect. And also chilling, no worries. And then he'll restand himself. Yep. So we're at 10, which is excellent. Give us some search power. Excellent. 7 or lower in the trash. I might actually do this. Or the alternative is to search. No, we'll establish some board. We've got a blocker on field. And then next time we'll have 2 big bodies. I think that's definitely the way to go. Let's attack interface. Just attack with lowers. Give him to waste his hand, or get rid of his blocker. Let's see. He's completely getting rid of his hand. Maybe we play some blockers instead. 4 and a 6. I think we might do that and give ourselves 2 blockers. I mean, then have to trash a card from hand. We get the KO one of those. We only have 1 blocker on field. I don't know if we'll survive next turn because they got 2 attacks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 blocker. Got rush. Maybe I will do that this turn. Activate main. Trash 1 card. We will trash you, and then trash you, and your opponent's going to trash 1. Then we won't block. We won't attack, because they won't block. They'll probably take it and leave us open. Feels like he's going to attempt to go in board anyway. Yep. I'm going to worry about protecting that, to be honest. 8. Could block. I'll swing with 12 and kill it. Or king that. Yep. Fine. No worries. 8. Right, he'll go 14 into... Why is it an 8? It should be this character gains plus 12 and gains 3000 on your opponent's turn. So that hasn't procced. That's annoying as fuck, dude. Right, that's frustrating as fuck. That's so fucking frustrating, man. Why didn't that proc? This character gains plus 12 and plus 3000 on your opponent's turn. What's the issue here? Now that's a differentiator. That's actually frustrating as fuck, bro. Why are all these... I understand it's pre, but why be buggy? Why are they buggy for? I'm so annoyed. That's fine. We're kind of shit position now. We don't have a 12. We got 2, 5. We'll go 6 into 6, I think. Or we can go again. I'll give him to waste some cards. Or at least take some cards to hand. Alright, we've got him where he needs to be. He's really thinking about it. He's on 4 life, which is frustrating. But we should be... If we can survive, we've got this. They're really taking their sweet time. Alright, they took the life. We'll go 6. Wait, what? You may discard one card from your hand. Activate main once per turn. If this character was played this turn, place one of your opponent's characters. Cost of 7. No. So we're going to attack 9. I need 2k out. Alright, cool. What do we got? Oh, now why do I have the 3? I don't understand why I have the 3 now, but I didn't have it before. Am I reading something? This character gains plus 12 and gains 3000 power on your opponent's turn. I've read it 4 times and it doesn't change. It says the same thing, and for some reason, it wasn't proccing. If I'm missing something and I'm being really stupid in the comments, let me know, please. Alright, they've just gained life. Oh boy. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. I didn't anticipate that. No blocker. Here. Take us to 7. 1, 2. There's no way you get extra Don, is there? 9. Alright. So there's a 2k and a 1k. And he's got block on the field. We've got unblockable. Alright. So we can get 2 unblockables, right? So I can go 5. Does he have 1? No. So now he potentially... Right. Go 6. He drew a 2k. We know that though. So he'll do that and it will counter out, or he won't do that. So he got 4k, so he can go up to 9 in his hand, potentially. 9. So 1, 2, 3. I need all 3 to go through, which isn't going to happen, to be honest, because he's got 9 in his hand. He's got, and that will take him to 10 in his hand, or he'll block, and or we go 8, 10. 10 is unblockable. Go 8. He'll either give us 2 or take that. Yep. Should I have gone 9 then? I'm 1 short. I think we should have gone 9 then. Oh no, but we wouldn't be able to get another unblockable. We had 1 more. It would take. Yep. And then there was nothing. Oh, he hit a trigger. Crazy. We don't have anything else. We lost. It is what it is. Not much you can do about that. I feel like I've normally won these matchups, so it is what it is. But we'll jump into the next matchup. Hope that's giving you a good idea. Alright, second game. Let's see how we go. I actually haven't versed the Mihawk, so this is going to be pretty new for the both of us. This starting hand is actually pretty decent, so we're going to keep it and go from here. The only issue is we are going first, which is not what this deck wants to do. He's off to a good start. He's got his stage, his classic Mihawk fashion. We will go... We're at 5 next turn, so I'm going to play good, to be honest, and give us... Oh, no, I'm not. It's a waste. Oh, I can't draw the stage. That's annoying. That's right. 6. Off we go. Next turn, we will focus on... He's going to do that. At least if we get Loki, we'll be in a good spot. That's what we are really looking for against the Mihawk. Loki does really well. Helps get rid of all these small bodies. Gives her a lot of value. But we're not seeing it currently. So we'll have to play Jag next turn. There it is. Let's go. All right, we're perfect. So Jag into Loki is what we're going to go into Luffy. So we're looking okay right now. So let's go Jag, and we will pull, honestly, another Loki, and then go 5, 6. Off we go. And then next turn, now he'll play some big bodies. He's going to cheat out some of his bodies using, what is it? It's the Mihawk. Yeah, into Odin. No rest. What is that? It'll be rested into the opponent's phase. 5, 6, 7. Honestly, we're going to do it. I'm going to go 2 and counter out. And Loki, 1, 2, 3. Confirm. Get rid of all of them, which puts us in a better position. And then 5 again, into 6, and turn. He may cheat out again, which is really tough and freezing our Loki, but no, he's not. Straight off the bat, he's going for our board control. I think that's enough value out of him. I don't really want to waste too many cards. And we can get rid of the Loki. The next turn with the Sanji, instead of playing Luffy, I'm happy with that. Oh, nice. Dirty, but nice. Alright, yep, 8. I'm going to take it as well. There's not much we can do about that. So, we're at 9. I want to get rid of the Odin. Realistically, it is giving me the most trouble right now. Just the freeze stops him from potentially playing it out again. Leaves us with 4 Don. We could go for the Jag again, just putting us in a better position for blocker, or go wide a little bit. I think I'll go Jag and giving us another blocker, and drawing off of that is good value. I think we have to be a little aggressive at this point in time, unfortunately. He's got quite a healthy hand. We're both on 2-2. He's going for face. We will counter out of this. Gross. What an annoying card. The value you get off of Odin in and itself is frustrating. What is going on? What happened? Did I double click then? I must have. That's okay. Okay, not in a great position. Draw card, draw it on. We do have the Stussy, which is actually pretty good. We got 2 blockers, no rest until next turn. What line of play do we want to take here? Played a little bit safe, but he could rest us. He could use that event and rest. He's countering out. We got 3 blockers on field. If we play the Stussy, we get to establish big body and kill one of his, but then he'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks this turn. We got 1, 2, 3, 3 bodies, 4. By the way, we're in a pretty shitty spot, to be honest. I'm going to go into Odin, see if he'll give me anything for Odin. Stussy and trash Loki. Oh, that's right. Get rid of you. And get rid of Mihawk in turn. We don't have a lot of 2Ks, if any, unfortunately. 1, 2. He's attacking with these blockers. What's he going to do? Attack with these blockers. Interesting. I think we'll give him that, right? Because next turn we're dead anyway. So he's got no blockers on field. Quite a few Don up. Can't attack with that, but we got Rush. We're definitely going to play the Rush. 8. And he's at a 7, which is fucking frustrating to say the least. We're going to die next turn, so we might as well go all in and see what he's got for us. 1, 2, 3. We're screwed anyway. I can't really do anything, unfortunately. This is a useless play. Useless playing Loki, giving us a 12. And then going 8, I guess. 7. He gives us a 2. Nope, he KO'd it. We got 2 up. And that's exactly what I thought. Is what it is. Jeez. Alrighty, thank you very much for watching. That was a quick overview of Luffy. Like I said, not a competitive deck. Just to give you an idea as to how he plays, current kind of build, and just the overall approach before we head into P17. Do look out for a OP17 deck list, more competitive deck list, when we're fully established in the meta. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.